Hey there, friends. Welcome to Tomato Tour Tuesdays. I'm Lauren, Mrs. Tomato Head. Don't need these at the moment. It is Tuesday, August 12th, 2025. And I missed last week for Tomato Tour. I had a lot going on last week, so I decided to cancel. So I'm happy to be here with you today. I will be honest with you, the garden's a mess. By this time every year, my garden is a mess. It's usually diseased. Things in the six raised beds, I don't want to say they're phasing out, but very little foliage. Well, there's foliage left on the top, the bottom, not so much. But I have a lot of tomatoes. The in-ground bed is usually, I would say, 2 weeks behind the raised beds. It gets a little bit more shade where the raised beds get pretty much full sun all day. I also have kind of a theory, and maybe I'll just share it now because I'm not sure if I'll remember outside, but in the 6 raised beds, we use mushroom compost. We do put a little bit of it in the in-ground beds as an amendment, but the raised beds are mushroom compost. And since we started using it I think 3 years ago, this is our third year with it, the tomatoes come hard and fast. We've never had production like this ever. And I think while there's disease, don't get me wrong, we had Septoria leaf spot. We get it this time every single year. I organically farm, I organically grow, so I don't spray copper spray or anything. Or copper spray, I think, is actually organic, but I don't spray anything. Just kind of let nature do its thing. Doesn't affect the tomatoes at all. They're still tasting great, but they look a little sad. So we'll get out there. There's not a lot to see because yesterday I kind of picked most things that were first blush, but they come in really hard and fast this time of year. So I thought we could start here inside and I can show you some of the things I've picked and you can see some of the varieties. They're all over the place. Let's turn around and I'll show you. Well, you can see some behind me, but let me show you. So here is where I do my seed saving. You can see back here, I've got a lot of seed saving going on with my mason jars there, all labeled with the date on them. This time of year, I let them go 3, 4 days, sometimes 3, mainly 4. And I find, when you ferment, you need to wait until you get like a moldy top, and this is removing the gel from the seeds. If you don't know about seed saving, I do have a in-depth video that I put out, I think it was 2 years ago. It is in the group under guides in Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap, but you can find it on my YouTube channel. And I go step by step through my fermenting process. But some people wait 7 days. I find for my micro dwarfs that I often do wait 7 days or let them ferment. One, because there's a lot less juice in most micros, and two, because a lot of times I'm growing micros indoors in the winter and the humidity in the house is not like it is in summer. So that's the scoop. So I've been doing a lot of seed saving down in the basement. I have all my paper plates with things drying. But here is where I cut things up and do some seed saving. So this is also where I put things that I need to take pictures of for reviews that we've done or reviews coming up. So hang on, let's get this here. Come on. Okay. So let me tell you about some of these things. So this is something I'm growing out for a friend who will remain nameless. This is a cross. Both of these are the same cross. This is a cross between Sky Komish by Tom Wagner and Amazing Grapes by Phil Seneca. Beautiful tomato, isn't it? This is the same exact cross, Sky Komish and Amazing Grapes. I think these are F3. So clearly it's not stable yet, but really kind of fun. This I tasted on Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce a couple weeks ago. This is Hazel Grouse under the pineapple. I've got going to do a little photo shoot with some of these. These are ripe fruits from Heidi Dolan's My Two Gingers, it's a micro dwarf, not released yet. Aren't they pretty? So deep red. This is my second year growing them for Heidi. This, oh my word. So let me tell you a little something about Malapine. So Malapine we just tasted last night for the first time. Doesn't look like much, right? Um, Last week on my show, I shared about, well, many of you know if you've watched my channel before, my favorite all-time tomato forever is Malachite box or Malachitовая шкатулка. Great green when ripe tomato, looks pretty much just like this. Um, they're all around the same size. It's been that way for years. Then my friend Marco from Germany said, if you like Malachite box, you need to try this one. And he sent me seeds for a Spanish green when ripe variety called Verde de las Landas. And he said he thought it was better than Malachite box. We tasted it last week, and I'm happy to report, and I shared this on my show last week, that he's right. It is a little bit better than Malachite box. And Verde de las Landas unseeded Malachite box, although I can't imagine we're not going to grow Malachite box in our gardens every year still. It's really just that good. So I haven't even posted that review of Verde de las Landas yet, and in comes Malapine. Malapine beats both of them. I'm not even kidding you. Not a lot of information available other than my friend from Poland, a tomato friend from Poland, Teresa, sent me seeds for this, and you can find them. There's a Russian site that shows them. We did a taste test last night. Once we tasted this, it was just going to be this, and our mouths exploded with flavor. We decided to immediately cut up a Verde de las Landas and Malachite box to do a taste test, and Malapine beat both of them. Can you believe that? So it's a 9 out of 10. It may even be a 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely delicious tomato. Oh, look, Mr. Tomato Head's here. Wave hi, honey. It's an absolutely delicious tomato. Explosion of flavors. I will post a detailed review soon, but it's called Malapine, Malapine. So this is around for seed saving. Sweetheart. That's Mr. Tomato Head. And let's see what else I've got going down here. But I'm in love with this tomato. Sometimes you taste a tomato and you can't stop thinking about it. At least I do. It was that way with Suffer Well last year. It's like my mouth yearns for more. Malapine is now that tomato. Triumph of Sophia, which I posted a review of last week, that was a fabulous one too. We started the season where we were having some good tomatoes, but not great. It seems like we're getting a few more 9s out of 10s now and some 8s. We were getting 6s and 7s, like good, not great. That's what 7 is really good. 8 is great. 9 is outstanding. Haven't done a 10 yet, but there's some that could be bordering on 10, like Suffer Well. This could be for sure, but we have them as 9.5. We always leave room for improvement. But anyway, so lately we've been tasting a lot of good ones the past couple months. I had a friend visiting from Thursday until yesterday, so we were very behind in tasting tomatoes. She tasted some of them with us, but we have a lot. So last night we tasted like 4 more. Sugar Magnolia by Bill Jeffers was outstanding. What else did we taste last night? Malapine. Oh, Tayin D or Tayin Dye. Tayin is the first word, Tayin, and then Dye, D-Y. I forget the origin, but it's a green striped tomato. In fact, one of you out there, messaged me last week, and you were growing it too, and said, I need to send you seeds for this. You're going to love it. And I said, I'm actually growing it. I haven't been able to taste any yet. And she's absolutely right. That's a fantastic tomato. I think we gave that an 8, maybe even an 8.5. That was really, really good. And then we tasted a variety called Armenian, but it wasn't very good. And that is a variety that's supposed to be good. It was a smaller tomato than it's supposed to be, and it wasn't very bicolor like it is also supposed to be. So we're going to wait and retest. We had to do that with Red Trash Panda to the initial one. Sometimes the first one can be kind of a mutant. It doesn't taste very good. Yesterday, I actually retasted Malachite Box Black, which we gave a 4 out of 10 because it was so bad. And fortunately or unfortunately, it's one of the most productive plants. It is just swimming with fruit, but it was a spitter for us. It was a spitter. And so, but it was one of our first fruits. We did taste a few and they were all the same, but I wanted to taste another one yesterday. and it was a good looking fruit. Taste it, it's still a spitter, unfortunately. So yeah, that's going in our tomato crack for sure. Let me show you what else is on the counter here. Okay, these we have not reviewed yet, but they're beautiful, aren't they? This is a Sophia variety called Magic Rainbow. So, so pretty. This is Sweet Truffle Heart, another one by Sophia. Again, so pretty, so gorgeous. These are Green Prince Ruffled, which I reviewed on my Instagram already. These are just here for seed saving. Here's a Nano's Meatball Dwarf, which I reviewed last year. Gorgeous, gorgeous, and very yummy. Here's a Jennifer, which we haven't reviewed yet. This one is for seed saving because it's starting to turn a little bit there. And there's some more little ones there. Here's some Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall for seed saving because they're starting to turn. And I've got some Dwarf Awesome for seed saving. Another one I reviewed several years ago, 2 years ago, I think. Come back here. And it was really good. So let's go over here. Here is, or some of the things we're going to be tasting tonight. So this is Green Heart of Sophia, which totally looks like it's not ripe, but it is very, very soft. So this is just one of those varieties. It means it's got a clear epidermis, which means it won't turn an amber color like a lot of other green when ripes. So in this case, you need to tell by feel, and it is very soft. So we're going to taste that. This is a variety called Queen Nanny by Phil Seneca. Beautiful. I'm getting a ton of those fruits. Here's another Jennifer, really pretty one. My Jennifers are on the smaller size. It is potato leaf. I know people are getting a lot of different variants of Jennifer, and I'm getting a lot of these smaller ones. Very pretty. This is Sparkling Purple Light by Sophia. This is what it translates to in English. It's also known as Sparkling Purple Oganek. We're going to taste that tonight. And this one I'm super excited for. This is a Sophia called Rose Gold. So beautiful. Probably one of the prettiest varieties we've grown this year. So we're tasting this beauty tonight. Look at the coloring on that. Very unique. So before we go over there, where there's obviously a lot, I've got some others over here because I'm running out of counter space. We've been giving away a lot of tomatoes to everybody. My entire pickleball team got bags of tomatoes yesterday. So while it looks like I have a lot, and I do, I just can't keep up with them. I'm very, very fortunate. We're having another stellar year this year. So let's see what we've got. Most of these aren't ripe yet. This is a variety called Familial de Cacesi. This is from the country of Georgia. And I believe it was Marco again from Germany who told me to grow this one. He gave me seeds. Here's another Rose Gold by Sophia. Again, so gorgeous. This is a variety called Spanish Chocolate. Got these seeds from Grafsamina, I think. Plant isn't that productive. I think I've got a few more fruits coming, but there's also a variety called Spanish Rose, which I don't think I have any fruits on. So I'm excited for the Spanish Chocolate. This one I'm really excited for. I forget if it's Russian or Ukrainian. It's called Fiery Mountains. Isn't that gorgeous? Huge too. This is our first one. We have not tasted it yet. And the plant is super productive of these really big fruits. Over here, I've got a couple of Bill Yoder's Chauffeur, which again, we have not tasted yet. These things are massive too. These I've got 1, 2, 3 of those right now. Still a little green, so I'll wait to taste those. This one I tasted yesterday. It's fantastic. Another Sophia, it's called Chocolate Delight. This plant is crazy productive and the fruits are delicious. This is a Mrs. Gorby, not ripe yet. We have not tasted Mrs. Gorby yet. This is a Hazel Creek regular leaf. I'm also growing a potato leaf version, not ripe yet. Over here, I've got a couple Blasphemous Rumors by Bill Yoder. You can see the tricolor coming. This one's a cat-faced one, but you can see the colors coming. This one, I wouldn't even attempt to pronounce it, but I talk about it quite often. It's from Serbia. It translates in English to giant tomato apple tree. And I've got 3 of these here. This crazy thing, believe it or not, is Elves of the Puzzlewood Forest. I've never had a tomato quite this crazy before. As you can see, it grew right around the stem of the plant. So taking it off was challenging. In fact, this was a victim of that. So I'm waiting for it to ripen on the counter, but you can see the color starting to come through. We won't be able to use this for photos or the review, but definitely for seeds. Looking forward, we have not tasted that. So that's everything over here. Let's go over here. I've got mainly micros. That's Japanese creeping, which I grew indoors. Purple Boy Green. These are delicious. This is one of mine called Micro Bricks Fix. This is not a micro. This is Lucas Wallman's. It's called Bag Settle. It's a F5, and they are so sweet. I have not posted the full review of them yet. Aren't they pretty? Yeah, pretty coloring, and they're so, so sweet. This is Micro Sun by Reinhard Kraft. More of my 2 gingers. Children's Sweet Cream is a micro. These are from Elliott Bunny Hop BR 549, not released yet. Then we've got one lone sweet couple Eva here. I've got a plant growing outside. Here's Micro Mars. This is a mini dwarf called Ladybug. And over here I've got a couple peppers. Acilio Thin Skin Pepper and Pippin's Golden Honey. Jen gave me that plant. Oh, and here's one lone micro of Hupsy is the name of it. Those are growing downstairs too. Let's get going over here. My refrigerator is running out of space for my zucchini and summer squash. This plant, if you're looking for a great summer squash to grow, this is our first year growing Zephyr, and I highly recommend it. I've already had to replace my other plants because of squash, what do they call them? Squash borer, vine borer, something like that, squash bugs. This plant is still going strong, the original plant, and they're delicious, and it's the most productive variety I've ever grown. Not to mention they're beautiful. And it is an F1 hybrid, so you need to purchase seeds. My seeds came from Johnny's, I believe. Okay, where to start here? I wonder if we'll even make it outside. But I've got a lot, as you can see. This counter's full. And these are for tomatoes I'm donating or giving away, kind of extras that we've already reviewed, that we have a lot of. Here, some Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall. I'm filling up one of these crates every single day. No joke. So it's a good thing we have people to give them away to. Where to begin here? I won't talk about everything because we'll be here all day and I do want to get outside, but I wanted to show you why my plants look so bad because of production. They're just machines. Here's a variety. I don't think I've posted the review of this yet. This is a Sophia called Alaskino Heart. These are fully ripe, very productive variety. Fiery Turban, another Sophia, so, so pretty. Here's another Chocolate Delight. Another not ripe sparkling purple light. Maple Heart. Boy, this is a productive variety by Sophia, and it is so sweet and delicious. They're getting better as the season goes on even. They're so good. Here is another productive one, Ochre Symphony. Not Ochre Veil, but need for seed saving here. Those have been around a while. Ochre Symphony, look at the colors. And so productive. Sweet Truffle Heart, these are all Sophia's. Here's more Magic Rainbow. There's another Hazel Creek. I don't think I talked about this one. It's over on the counter over there. Somehow I missed it. It's probably our biggest one. This one's called Chocolate Liqueur. Big, big, big tomatoes. Here's more Obamas. I've posted a review of that already. Some Notorious. I haven't posted the review yet. We did taste it, and it's very, very good. Very productive plant. Change hands here. My hand's falling asleep. Mordovian Malachite. These are productive too. I tasted it live on my show, I think 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I liked it, didn't love it, but the more I taste, the more I love. It's a really good one. These are from Zagalen of Russia, and you can see the very productive. These are Ben Gantz. Talk about a productive plant. These seeds came from Kina. I'm getting tons of Ben Gantz. This is a nice variety. This is called gingerbread. We tasted it. It's very, very good. We're getting tons of gingerbread. More hazel grouse under the pineapple. Crepuscule or dusk. I don't think I've posted that review yet either, but man, we're swimming in crepuscule, and these are really nice size, very productive plant. Tricolor. You can tell I like tricolors. The whole place, the whole counter's full of them. This is another variety, another tricolor called Twilight Tricolor. Jen gave me the plants for these, and it's very productive and very tasty. What else? This is a, oh, Chocolate Henry. This is not ripe yet, and I don't have any more to show you because I just saved seeds. That is a Sophia variety. It's delicious. So I'm saving lots of seeds for that. This is a cuckoo of Sophia's sweet tropical pear. I need to message Sophia and see what she would like to call it. It's nothing like sweet tropical pear, but the production is insane. And they're really, really good. So I have a feeling she will want to name it something else and distribute seeds. So she does say, I think it's an F6 or an F7 sweet tropical pear. And she does say that splits can happen, meaning you may not get what's true to type. And that was the case here. I gave a plant to Jen. Jen got the true to type, but I did, or maybe I didn't give Jen a plant. Maybe I gave her seeds. Whatever the case, it was either the same seeds or it was seeds from the same lot. Let's put it that way. Heidi's Wicked Good. They are wicked good. I haven't posted this review yet either. Insane production on Heidi's Wicked Good. Oops, where are you going? Come back, come back. Here we go. Shumatsky Shkla. I tasted this on my show a few weeks ago. That's excellent tomato. More Riddle of Strawberry Waterfall. These things are so productive. These are by Sophia. Very tasty. We've got Dusky Maiden. Growing out a couple crosses for a friend, as I already mentioned. This is Grungy in the Sky Bicolor and Everett's Rusty Oxheart, which I think is an F3. Here's Grungy in the Sky Bicolor and Amazing and Queen Aliquipa. See, I've got a bunch of those. This is Punta Banda and Muddy Waters, another F3. This is a determinate variety. I've been swimming in fruits from here. That one's starting to go. Kuatli Salubong. Cute little fruits that look like pumpkins, and I can't keep up with production. The plant is finally starting to wind down, but I've given away so many of those and saved a lot of seeds. This variety is called Queen Nanny. Oh, I think I showed that on the counter already. Yes, I did. Queen Nanny. This is a mini dwarf called Dwarf Wood. This is Harsh Melon of the Volga Germans. Really delicious tomato. Got some malachite box here. Here is Mark McCaslin's Beefy Purple. I have several of those. That's very tasty. Tupelo Honey by Teresa Terranova Farms. That is one of the most productive varieties of the season. Where are you going? Come back. I can't keep up with production on that. Come back, come back. There we go. Such a pretty tomato, very tasty, very, very tasty and gorgeous. The inside is outstanding. A couple Shake the Disease by Bill Yoder. Some more Nanos, Meatball Dwarf. Rosa di Liano. Tim Schneiderger's sent seeds to me, and Jen loved it last year. Production on these is insane. We've got, come back, come back. Jarson 1 Tricolor, my fades, my third year growing Jarson 1 Tricolor. This is a Spanish variety called Negro Segurino. Very yummy. This thing has a mind of its own. Hang on. Back. Okay. Did I get everything? Oh, this is a variety called Burke TF for Tomato Fanny. Haven't put up the official review yet. I liked it a lot. Kina did not. She said had a weird aftertaste. Mine do not. Um, Thankfully, I didn't want to taste it after she told me, but mine are very tasty. Haven't put up the review yet, but they're really pretty. This is from Tomato Fanny. I forget the country Tomato Fanny's from, um, but her name's Stephanie Bidal, and she's a very talented breeder. What else? More gingerbread, malachite box, green rhapsody. Um, there's a Verde de las Landas, and another Malapine, which I'm excited to ripen. Oh, here's another cuckoo I have. Believe it or not, this is a variety that is supposed to be Fertility Baton or Baton de Fertilité. It looks nothing like what Fertility de Baton looks like. It is supposed to be an oblong purple green striped, looks like a baton. And as you can see, these don't. The fruits are kind of all different, but they're so productive and so delicious. Here's another one. As you can see, they're very different. But I am totally saving seeds for this, and I will continue. I will try to stabilize it and eventually name it something else. So not Fertility Baton. So, and there's a couple other random ones here. Here's Dixville. Jen gave me the plants for that. I wasn't a big fan. Dwarf Autumn Queen Golden. Good tomato. They're very small. They're much smaller than I expected. Production wasn't great. They're awfully pretty. The inside is incredible. I saved seeds from the others. This one I'm leaving here to taste. Green Prince Ruffled. I think that, oh, it's Southern Evening. That's another productive one. Crazy productive. And my first Captain Lucky, that's still turning. Another Dwarf Awesome. Did I get everything? I think I got everything. I think I got it all. Oh, here's another one I didn't get yet. Painted Piglet. This I did put on my Instagram already. These are not ripe, but that's a really yummy one from Ukraine. And yeah, now I think I got everything. All right, should we head outside? So I already, did I show you the crate? I think I showed you the crate. Let's look. Yes, I did show you the crate. So most of these were picked yesterday. Not ideal to store them like this, but I'm seeing a friend for lunch tomorrow. I'm going to give him some rather. You really don't want to store your tomatoes like this though, because they will start to rot. They're much better storing on a counter or something like that. And I do keep meaning to spread these out a bit, but I had a friend visiting, as I said, and I just picked most of these yesterday. So I've got to get on the ball with that. Okay, so now let's head outside. That took what, like, was that half an hour? Now I didn't show the stuff on the counter here. Whoops, let's do that. I showed you this counter. I did not show you up here. So this is a Phil Seneca cherry called Amazing Grapes. Somebody renamed it incorrectly, Lost Marbles Green. It is the same thing, but it is in fact Amazing Grapes. Phil Seneca's varieties, Lost Marbles. He had a green variant. He named it Amazing Grapes. This is a great cherry. Wasn't sure what to think of it at first. It's not as sugary sweet as, say, a Sun Gold, but they are so fruity and refreshing. Honestly, they taste like a cross between green grapes and honeydew melon, and I can't stop eating them. They're delicious. I'm a big fan of those. These three over here is Tokyo Micro Dwarf from Kid Seed Company. Here's Micro Wine by Lucas Wallman. Here are some, these are Rotting Sun Green 4029. It's good. Not great. They do tend to split, much like the regular Sun Gold. It is by the same breeder. But they're tasty. They're much sweeter than Amazing Grapes. I almost called it Lost Marbles Green. This is one of my micros, which a cross of Dwarf Purple Heartthrob and Mighty Mini. That is one of the plants. I've shown pictures of a couple of my plants. Aren't they pretty? Amazing that these size can grow on a micro dwarf plant. Oh, this is Full Moon Kiss, which is a dwarf plant new this year. It's a multiflora. Those are very tasty. Here's more of my crosses from plant number 1 of that same cross. So pretty. I have a ton of my micro white baby. There's tons more on the plant outside. This is Lucas Wallman's Pear of Pleasure. Aren't they cute? They're so tasty too. So sweet. This is a cuckoo that's supposed to be Gargamel. Clearly is not. There's a hanging variety called AWESOMESAUCE. Oh, and look who's back. We already went outside for the day. We already did your deck thing. No more. Say hi to the camera. This is Rory the Wonder Cat. Okay, now we'll head outside and we shall look at the mess together. It's a little painful to look at, honestly, all the crusty leaves and stuff. Wait till you see the micros. They're a mess. They always get disease this time of year. Some of them are all fruit and no more foliage. But most of them, honestly, are my crosses that I'm trying to stabilize. So I don't really need for them to have foliage. I just need ripe fruit so I can continue saving. So it makes it a lot less painful. Things I really care about, I grow in the house because they don't get diseased. My micros look good for a while if they're grown outside, and then they just get diseased every single year. It's August. That's what happens here in my neck of the woods in 6B in rural New Jersey. Okay, we're out here on the deck. Let's see what's going on here. Got a couple things I need to up pot here. I need to move these out of the sun. These have been growing inside. These are dwarf jade charisma. They are dwarf chartreuse leaf. I up potted them to a 1 gallon, but I'm going to move them to a 2 gallon container. Heidi Dolan gave me seeds for these. And I asked Craig Lahulier about it on our show with Jen a couple weeks ago. And he said it came from Dwarf Jade Beauty. It was a variant that popped up out of there. It's still in full sun. Let's move move these under the table here. There we go. So I can up pot them later. This is one of my messes. This is Sweet Couple Eva, which I grew last year. I grew Sweet Couple Adam and Eva, and I liked Eva a lot better, the yellow one. So I thought I'd regrow that to get more seeds to share. Here I up potted this too soon, this micro. It's called Sweet Louise or Sweet Louis. I up potted it too soon, and when you up pot too soon, then bad things happen. But luckily, I have extras. I sowed 4 seeds, so I'm going to change that, and those are big enough to up pot. Yeah, things are kind of a mess up here. My lettuce has gone to seed, not all of it, but most of it. With my friend here, I didn't do my daily watering, so things aren't looking so good. Look at all these white baby, and look at the size of them. I'm really happy with some of my micro crosses. Now, grown indoors or in a place where you don't have disease like I do, you will obviously have foliage. But you can see the production on these plants is insane. These are a cross between Tiny Totem and Funny Plum Yellow. Same cross as my Drop the Micro, which also has insane production. But I can't keep up. The production on those is great, which I'm excited about. This is a variety, another micro I'm working on, which I don't talk about all that much. It's called Creamsicle Mini. And they turn kind of an orange creamsicle color. I like this plant. I like the size of these fruits, so I'll probably carry this one forward. This is one, it's kind of stuck here on the deck in the shade. It's Tatiana's Patio Dwarf. It does have some flowers on there. I'm not sure if it'll produce anything by the end of the year. This is a micro called Akoya. I've already picked some ripe fruits off that. It's mainly antho with some red underneath. It's an F1 hybrid. Pretty tasty. I got seeds from my friend Liz from the UK. These are some dying plants of Purple Boy Green. That's a lettuce I've been keeping up with. Here I've got some cucumber plants. This is a variety I like that somebody gave me seeds for a few years ago, and I now keep buying it from Johnny's. It's called Quirk, which is an F1 hybrid. Very, very productive. You get little cocktail, probably more like that. Cucumbers, I really like it. Seeds can be found at Johnny's. And more from the Micro Dwarf graveyard. As you can see, oof, painful, painful. Over here's a pepper. The interesting story behind this. So it's called, I think it's called Yellow Ding Dong. Yes, Yellow Ding Dong. Jen gave me a plant um, when we met in Carlisle back in May. And by the time I got it home, it had broken in half. The top had broken off. So I actually looked, I don't know peppers as well as I do tomatoes, and I looked to see if you can root like the tops of pepper plants, and it said you can. So I worked really hard to root it, and now it's doing great. Nothing ripe yet, but I've got some, come here. I've got some fruits coming. So really excited because not much information on Yellow Ding Dong, but I did find a YouTube video and it's supposed to be outstanding. So yay. I was devastated when I saw it had broken in half, and it's doing great. Here I've got some turnips and parsnips, which I'm growing for the very first time. Here's my green stalk of micros. Oddly enough, my crosses are looking pretty good. Okay, phone overheated, so we just spent a few minutes inside letting the phone cool down. I think I left off over at my green stalk, but you get the idea. It's a mess over there. Most of the varieties are diseased, and that's pretty much the common theme throughout the garden today. A lot of disease. But let me show you. Let me give you an overview right now. You'll see what I mean. I think I'm making it sound a lot worse than it is, but some of them are just completely spent already. They've given us a million tomatoes and they're done, but others are looking good. Let me show you. So there's the raised beds. As you can see, there's still plenty of green, but if you look closely, it can be pretty scarce foliage down at the bottom there, which is very, very typical this time of year, mid-August here in Hunterdon County, New Jersey. It happens every year. Nothing I can do. Doesn't hurt the tomatoes, definitely doesn't hurt production, doesn't hurt the taste. So that's just the way the ball bounces, as my mom says. And then, so let me give you an example before we start looking. You can see there's a lot of crusty leaves here. In the beginning, I was taking them off, and now there's just too many. It's not worth it. But if you look over at our in-ground bed, first of all, we don't have as many tomatoes that have come from there yet, because like I said, indoors, it is a few weeks behind because it does get some shade. Not as much disease either. There's disease, don't get me wrong, but not as much as in the raised beds. But I also think production isn't as good over here. Not I think, I know production isn't as good as these varieties here. So I honestly think that while disease is a factor, it really just has to do with, production. When you're producing that much fruit, the plants are spent, you know. Very few of them are completely done. But let me just take you around. You can see just how many tomatoes are on these vines. They're just swimming with tomatoes, most of the varieties. And you saw what we already have inside. We're very, very blessed. We haven't had a bad season in a while. Now that I say that, next year's going to be bad. um, but yeah, we're certainly not lacking tomatoes. That is for sure. This is my Sophia bed. This maple heart, which I showed you inside, that is one of the most productive varieties of the year so far. Oh, actually, that's Ochre Symphony. This is maple heart. Look at all, we have so many inside, so many we've eaten, I've saved seeds from already, and it's still going strong. That's a really productive one. Over here was Emerald Comet Sophia. That plant looks pretty much done, but I got a lot of fruits from that, a lot. And then there's here's the Chocolate Delight, which I shared with you that we tasted yesterday and is great. Oops, looks like something's getting this one. The fruits are huge and we still have many, many more to go. This is more green, oops, green heart of Sophia. This is one I have to squeeze to make sure, because if you remember inside, it has a clear epidermis, which means it can be difficult just looking at it to tell if it's right. So you really need to give it a squeeze. More chocolate delight. Back there's captivating heart, which we have not tasted yet. This is all the colors of the world. Still lots of flowers, no fruit. So I doubt we'll get fruit from that one this year, which is a bummer. This is Alaskino heart, or Alice's heart, I guess is what it translates to in English. We've got a number of these. This one's clearly ripe. Have to pick that. Here's a chocolate Henry, not ripe yet. That's a variety I keep thinking about. It's so, so good. I had another one yesterday. Look at our arch with the beans. I let them go too long, so many of them I'm not going to be able to use for fresh beans, but I can use for dried. These are the Chinese noodle beans, which I've never grown. I tried one year and they didn't do very well. Aren't they cool? I tried to grow more of those, but the Japanese beetles were getting that plant in particular, so there aren't that many of those. But I just love the way this cattle panel bean trellis looks. And my zinnias are looking great too. I tripped over this plant yesterday and broke off a branch. Most of these are floret zinnias, the company brands Floret. There's only one, this one over here, Queen Lime Rainbow, that I got seeds from Experimental Farm Network. This is that plant I was telling you about that is a determinate that I got millions and millions of little pumpkin fruits from. It's called Coatli salubong. There we go. And since it's a determinate, it's on the way out, but not without still lots of tomatoes coming. More down here. That produced a ton of these little guys. Very tasty. This one we haven't tasted yet. Got seeds from Nancy McCormick. This is another Philseneca variety called Joda or Joda. And I see we've got some ripening here. This is a cool variety. I've shown this every week, I think. It's called Fred Martinez. It is a fuzzy plant, fuzzy foliage, fuzzy fruit. These are going to turn orange, apparently. And they're really neat. Nothing ripe yet. This is another experimental cross, Grungy in the Sky Bicolor and Everett's Rusty Oxheart. Oh, I did show you that one inside. Production's insane. The most insane, and some of these I can't even stake anymore. And fruit's coming. I have a feeling the phone is going to overheat again, but that's okay. Amazing grapes here. The production is out of control. And this is a branch that's just hanging down because I can't stake it any longer. It really is like a grapevine, isn't it? It looks like grapes. I'm really happy I like it. Otherwise, I'd be really bummed out that we had so many of one I didn't like. But we're going to have a ton more of these. That makes me happy. Here's the Queen Nanny plant. We've had lots and lots of fruits from that. What do we have here? Another experimental cross Soika and Grungy in the Sky Bicolor. And this is Soika Bakwa from Philseneca. This is another experimental cross. Oh, I showed you this inside Sky Commission, Amazing Grapes. That's one of the plants. Over here, nothing ripe yet, a variety called Angwei ES. It's a white. And then this is the Grungy in the Sky Bicolor and Clean Aliquipa. There's another. That one's ripening. Of the Sky Commission Amazing Grapes. Look over here. So many more tomatoes to come. Look at this. This one is, what is it? Chocolate avalanche. We have not tasted this yet. Nothing ripe yet. But why is it so? Here we go. So many fruits to come of chocolate avalanche. Tons. I'm excited about that. This is that Burke tomato Fanny, or Burke TF rather. Production's really good on those. That's got purple calabash in the cross, which isn't my favorite tomato, but I really like this cross. It's a tricolor. This one's not doing so well for me. I share this every week. It's called Baltic chocolate. I've got some fruits. Nothing ripe yet. It's a little behind. That's okay. This is another one we haven't had yet now that I'm thinking about it. It's called Angel Soul. I think it's from Russia. That's going to be a tricolor too. Production looks pretty good. There's lots of fruit to come. Yay. What else we have in here? This is more chocolate liqueur. These put out really big fruits. This is that cuckoo of fertility baton. Endless production on this. You can understand why my plants look so bad besides the disease. They just are cranking out fruit. Here's more fiery mountains. These are big guys. And as predicted, the phone overheated again, so we're coming back outside. Where did we leave off? We left off somewhere over here. It takes like 5 minutes of it sitting on the kitchen counter to cool off. I wasn't expecting. We've actually had beautiful weather. It was hot yesterday, like close to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. But the weekend when my friend was visiting, it was in the high 70s, low 80s, which is beautiful and unusual this time of year. It's usually hot, very hot and humid, and it already feels it's what time is it right now? 1:30, I guess, in the afternoon, and it's already pretty hot. Let me show you. I was at this bed, but let me show you. I love to show my African blue basil plant because I'm obsessed with it. I should actually say African blue basil plants because I have many. I talk about these quite a bit. There's so many great things about them. If you can zoom right in, you see the sheer amount of bees on this thing. Bees and butterflies. They're everywhere. Pollinators just love this plant. It's great for culinary uses too. Does not go to seed, so you need to propagate. That is one plant. This is one plant. That is one plant. These are actually two plants. And all of these came from one measly plant I got from Etsy. Super cool. I highly recommend it if you can get your hands on African blue basil. They're easy to propagate. The basil itself is gorgeous. Besides the lavender flowers, my friend thought it was actually a lavender plant, which I don't blame her for thinking that. It looks like it. The basil's pretty. Look at the underside of the leaves. Purple. Very tasty. And again, it attracts pollinators like you would not believe. Tons and tons of pollinators. And for me, I've got a one-track mind. I want pollinators for my tomatoes. Besides that, they're also very pretty. What do we have over here? Oh, this is the unfortunate Malachite Box Black. Tons of fruit on that thing. So unfortunate. I was really looking forward to that one. It's such a spitter, in my opinion. Here, this plant is dead. That's my regular Malachite box. It's still going to give us some fruits. We've had bad luck with Malachite box the last 3 years. It seems to get like bacterial wilt or something. I even got a new seed source this year, and the same thing happened. So I may try them next year in the in-ground bed over there. Maybe it doesn't like the mushroom compost for whatever reason. This plant is kicking butt. This is more of that giant apple tree variety. The actual name, Serbia. Let me get it. Where's the tag? Where's the tag? That's the actual name of it. Forget the name of the breeder, but he's very productive. And yeah, these things are massive. I'm dying to taste it. They turn red, and production's great. The plant looks nice and healthy. This time of year, when a plant looks healthy, I know it's pretty disease resistant. Over here, more Tupelo honey. I just picked from this plant last night, and you can see there's so many more ripening. One of the most productive, and that one, fortunately, is quite delicious. Over here, Twilight Tricolor looks like it's just about done. A few more fruits, but we've been gifted with a lot from there. Oh, here's a couple more. Oh, and another one. Never mind, maybe it's not so done. Southern Evening looks very done. And we've gotten more fruits from that than I know what to do with. It's got one lone tomato left there, but it looks pretty done. There's some life up there, but I doubt we'll get anything else. Over here, I mentioned that last night we tasted a green when ripe striped variety called Tay&D, Tay&Die, that we loved. This is that plant. I have lots more coming. We only had the one so far, but boy, is that a delicious variety. And there's the name Tay&Die. I forget where it's from. What do we have here? Prune Iberipuera. Have not tasted those yet. It's a cool looking fruit. Oops. Very cool. And one on this side that's pretty neat too. Haven't tasted it. Here's Victoria Salute. Looks like we have a ripe one there with a little bit of blossom end rot, so that'll be fine for saving seeds. You can save seeds from tomatoes that have been eaten by pests or have blossom end rot. There has absolutely nothing to do with the viability of the seeds. Here's more Sugar Magnolia by Bill Jeffers. Nothing else ripe yet. It's a beautiful yellow-orange bicolor. Fantastic. Here's Painted Piglet. I'm not sure if I see any more on there. We've gotten a lot from there. Here's Cherry Stripes by Sofia Sakova. We have not had any ripe of those, but lots of fruit to come. Lots of fruit to come. And then we have another one by Sophia's Bliss. Lots of fruits to come there. You can tell the ones that get the sun, they have more antho on the top, where the ones that are in the shade do not. And that's not just with this variety, but with any variety. Here's a cuckoo of Stella del Sol. It's supposed to be a white. I gave a plant to Jen also from the same seeds, and hers is true to type. So go figure. That seems to be happening to me a lot this year. And more Mordovian malachite, a really, really great tricolor that has been insanely productive. What else can I show you? Over here's a few that we haven't tasted yet. This plant's doing really well. You know, if it looks like this and I say it's doing really well, the rest of the garden's not doing well. This is Dawn's Delightful Heart. Lots of fruit here, nothing ripe yet, but lots and lots of fruit coming on this. Here's more Verde de las Landas, a great green when ripe. This has Verde de las Landas in the cross. This an English rose. It's called Verde Rojo de Sierra Pando. It is an experimental variety from Spain that Gigi Reyes sent me seeds for. I'm very grateful. Didn't have fruits on it for a long time, so I was panicking, but now we have fruits. Let's go this way. Oh, so another one we haven't tasted yet this year, I should say, is Suffer Well by Bill Yoder. It was our favorite of the year last year, and possibly of all time. Fantastic variety. So we regrew it. Nothing ripe yet. Shake the Disease is another one of his we tasted last year. Loved it, regrowing. These have really big fruits and big production. Lots more coming. Jarson 1 Tricolor, my third year in a row growing this beauty. Always insane production, very tasty, refreshing. That's a funky fruit. Heidi's Wicked Good is over here. Any more fruits coming from Heidi's? Oh, she may be spent too. Boy, that was a productive variety for sure, and delicious. Yeah, I didn't realize she was kinda done. I mean, there's life up there, but we'll see. We have until, like, maybe mid to end of October. Um, who's here? Oh, this is More Notorious by Bill Yoder. This is Hold Back the Rain. Oh, this looks like it could be ripening. Yeah, it is. It is ripening. Still a little hard, but it's getting soft. That's a green one ripe. Bogatira lucia, another one we grew last year and loved. Haven't had any yet this year, but that's a delicious purple and green striped. Captain Lucky's not doing great for us this year as far as production. It's weird. And it's a potato leaf too, which usually does better with disease. I'd picked one ripe fruit, which I showed you guys inside, but other than that, it looks like there may only be one more fruit on there. Here's more blasphemous rumors to come. Bill Yoder. Lots more chauffeur. Lots more chauffeur. This plant's doing great. And here's another example. You can see there's no anthocyanins on the top of these fruits. But here, where it's really in the sun, you can see there's antho at the top. So interesting, right? Same variety. And then here's another one. Here's Fascination Street by Bill Yoder. We haven't tasted those yet either. They're kind of all hidden back there. Forgot about that one. And then Gratitude, which is a Beastie Boy song. We have not tasted these yet either. That's going to be a red. Over here we've got some Spanish ones. We have not tasted this one yet. These are, what is this one? Abanias. Nice big fruits. Really nice big fruits on there. Arextabaleta, or Morado de Arextabaleta. This is the Familial de Caqueti. I showed you a great big fruit inside. There's another one more down here. Another one down there. This is more of the gingerbread. This plant has incredible production on it. Lots of fruit we've gotten off that. And more to come. These plants look pretty good in here. Let's see, we'll look a little bit more and then we'll close it out for the day. I wanted to show you this Rosa di Leano. This plant is nonstop fruit, nonstop, and it's a really yummy one too. Tons of fruit. Down there's the Spanish chocolate. I don't know if there's any more than that one I picked. Oh, there's one right there. And this is that, oh no, that's the Spanish rose. I don't see, oh, no, I do see a fruit back there. Yay. I don't know if you can see it right there. Yay. It'll just be a little late. And here is Hazel Creek regular leaf. I have lots of those coming. If you've watched my tomato tours for a while, you'll know that this plant got topped and had to grow a new top. And I said it will grow a new one, and it is. Here's a variety recommended to me by Deb Toothaker and Heidi Dolan called Guido. We have, and it was too hot and the phone overheated again. Let's wind this down. I did want to show you some things in the in-ground. Oh, I wanted to show you Malapine over here. So I was talking when we were inside about this green when ripe variety that just blew my mind called Malapine. Better than Verde de las Landas, better than Malachite Box. And I'm happy to report, usually when I find something that's really, really good, production's not good, but this one is. Let's take a look. Here's my babies. These are all Malapine. Woohoo! Thrilled. Thrilled. And I have another plant too in one of the grow bags. Malapine. It's a tomato of the gods. Sure is. More down here. Yay! More harsh melon of the Volga Germans over here, down there. There's more elves of the Puzzlewood Forest. Other than that great big cat faced inside, nothing ripe yet, but these are neat and production looks pretty good. All right, let's go look at the in-ground. in ground bed, and then we'll close off for the day. So as you can see, while the plants don't look great, they're certainly not lacking for fruit at all. Fruits galore. And you saw what we have inside, and we've given away so many already and saved a lot of seeds. I showed in the group last week, I took a picture of my crosses. I did a cross of malachite box and dwarf purple heartthrob last year, and I grew the F1 variety indoors last winter, and now I'm growing the F2 generations, and I had all kinds of colors and shapes and sizes of the tomatoes, and I forget how many we tasted. There's still one we have not tasted yet. This is one of the dwarfs I got out of that cross, and there's nothing ripe here yet. But the dwarf green when ripe striped heart, or blunt heart, I should say, was really, really good. We're carrying that through. This is plant number 7, which is kind of a purple and green. It will be a purple and green striped blunt heart, and that we're carrying through. And then the regular green when ripe, we're carrying through. The purple ones just weren't very good. But we still have a few plants that we haven't tasted from yet. But we had 3 that we tasted so far, and they were kind of spitters. Go figure. You'd think with varieties like that, how can there be a spitter? Most of these are either my crosses or some sucker plants that I've replaced. Like this is another Heidi's Wicked Good. Not sure we'll get any for this season, but I figured it would be worth a shot. There's more Tupelo honey. That plant's pretty spent. I've had to really keep up with the stuff, watering the stuff in grow bags. We have not had much rain. Similar to last year, we had a drought last year. We're having a drought this year too. Here's another plant of Chocolate Henry. Here's one that looks like it's going to be starting to turn ripe soon. Here's another Triumph of Sophia. Got some little baby fruits here. Lots of them to come. That is a productive one. Oh, we also haven't tasted Temptation of Sophia yet. We've tasted Triumph, which, as I said in my review, is a triumph, but not Temptation yet. These are Jake's German, which we also haven't tasted yet. Growing this for my son Jake. Nice big fruits on there. Who do you belong to? Oh, there's more Jake's German. I need to stake. Oh, more there too. More Jake's German. More Mrs. Gorby. Other things we haven't tasted yet. Who is this one? Millwood's Inspiration by Gary Millwood. Were named for Gary Millwood, I should say. I think Rob Two Hawks bred this one. My mistake. Red Trash Panda, more Red Trash Panda. And this is Violet Beauty or Bellezza di Violetta. We have not tasted these yet either. Nothing ripe yet. Very wispy plant, but looks like good production. A great big one down there. Yay! This is one Jen gave me called Boxwood. Doesn't look like much. They're a little green when ripe. They do get blossom and rot very, very easily, but they're super sweet. Really yummy one. I keep talking about the variety Mizora from Japan. This is another one my friend Marco sent me, also from Japan, called Amila. And he said these are really good too. Nothing ripe yet, but many fruits to come. Here's more Mizora, the plant I'm guarding with my life. I am saving as many seeds as possible for you guys. Many of you have expressed interest, and I've got lots more fruit to come, as you can see. Again, doesn't look like much, but these are so, so good. Where are we going here? Come on, phone. There we go. And here's some Polish Bling from Craig LaHoulier. Variegated potato leaf plant. We have not tasted those yet either. And then his Lucky Bling, same thing. We have not tasted yet. Where's the fruits? Come on, Lucky Bling, where are you? There's a small one. I thought there were bigger. Okay, my friends. Well, the phone overheated again, and now it's only taking like 5, 10 minutes. So I think I'm going to call it a day for this garden tour on Tomato Tour Tuesday for August 12th, 2025. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for bearing with me with my diseased plants, but I hope you got to see a lot of in-person tomatoes from here in my house, stuff that's ripe, lots back there and over here. And you saw a lot of green ones on the vines. And honestly, it's just the way it is here in my garden. I'm not one of those that's going to pretend everything's perfect because it's not. But obviously, I'm having a phenomenal season. I have more tomatoes than I know what to do with, and still provide for friends and family, which makes us really, really happy, and save a lot of seeds and do reviews for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. I will see you hopefully on Thursday. Join me for this week's episode of Lauren's Tomato Awesome Sauce. That's every Thursday at 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That show is live on my YouTube channel, Mr. and Mrs. Tomato Head. Make sure you join my Facebook group, Tomato Lovers Collective and Swap. And I will see you next time. Peace and love. Get your gratitude on and go grow tomatoes. Bye, gang.